Hello and welcome. This is NerdDragon88 here. We are doing Dwarven Crusade once more. Currently with me we have Metgath.
Goodberry?
Wolf.
Oh, this is splendid.
Apoc.
Go for pockets.
And Beau.
Rolling D20 for Goodberry flavor.
So we did a couple things off screen before getting this going. In particular, Gnoll pulled stuff out of his bag of tricks. His rusty bag of tricks. And Sage decided to look at that tiny box that he had acquired previously, which has carving of little tiny feet in its bottom. Thus far, he has found out that it has a keyhole, a maker's mark on its top, and he was giving a more in-depth investigation, and Beau was looking at the maker's mark, since Sage was not able to discern as to what it was when he was looking at the maker's mark. And we got disconnected right after we got started. We'll be right back. After these blooping messages. And we're back! So, that tiny chest that people were wanting to get information about. So, the history check, you recognize this maker's mark as being that of a... Jeez, apparently I forgot to deal with that. A Martin Ambrose Wizith, who lives a decent distance to the east.
Okay.
Oh, I was talking to him. The investigation check of checking for a false bottom.
I rolled a 23. Well, I got 23 for that.
And I guess I was assisting somewhat, because I was just looking over it as well.
You do find that in its lining in the bottom, there is actually something underneath it.
Used one of my elven daggers and carefully tried to get that false bottom out.
I grin toothily as I whisper, "Told you."
Oh, yes, I'm going to relate the information. Sorry, I'm also talking to someone, so relating that information to the rest of the group.
So, do I have to roll something for trying to use one of my daggers to gently pry open the bottom? So that way I don't ruin it?
It'd be some kind of dexterity-based check. Let's see...
Sleight of hand, or...
Yeah, I think sleight of hand.
Jesus fuck!
Okay, now, technically at this point you still do have a... Because this is technically during the short break, you do still technically have that D6 of inspiration.
Oh.
You want to try to use that, or...
Can I give him advantage on that? I forgot to ask that before.
It's sufficiently small enough where you can't really have two people working on it at the same time.
I
Well,
hold out my hand as he's clumsily prying at it. You want to... Wait, did he already break it, actually?
no, it probably
Part of the
just
question is,
damaged it.
does he want to use that D6 inspiration? And if he does, how well that rolls.
I would suggest it at this point.
Roll 1d6?
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
A 1?
That did not roll right. It did not roll right. Bleh.
Oh, okay.
Something happened to the coding there.
1d6.
There you
There
go.
we go.
There we go. Please tell me that was enough to save it.
That
Without
is indeed
breaking
enough
it.
to save it. He does end up scratching underneath the lining a little bit.
Alright. As he
It doesn't
fumbles at
seem to
it.
take
Huh?
it doesn't seem to be properly taking damage, but he does manage to get the lining to start to come up.
As he fumbles at it, I hold out my hand. Hand it here before you break it.
I sigh reluctantly and I hand it to him.
Chok immediately moves around and maneuvers to see a
I
master.
then
at
break
work.
out my thieves' tools and actually start carefully prying it open.
Okay, roll
How am I
thieves'
rolling
tools
this?
or sleight of
Okay.
hand.
I will go ahead and do thieves' tools. 23.
You managed to get that liner out like gangbusters.
Chok
It
claps.
wasn't.
High
I chuckle and hand in the chest and the liner, not even bothering to look
Yeah.
at what it is.
And there's no proper false bottom, but the liner was designed to be able to come up.
I look at what's inside the chest and go,
So, looking at the bottom of the chest, it's just a chest bottom. It's just a wooden bottom. However, on the back side of the liner, you will see writing written there.
if I can read the lining.
Explosive rune.
Which I need to double check the language that's involved here with the things and the doodads and the gidding.
Is it Bill Cosby speak?
Apparently, I don't know why I'm kind of devolving here. Wait, they're before this. Here they are. So, actually, it is something that Sage would know because it's not going to actually be this language, it's going to be the other one. So, it's written in Draconic.
Ooh!
Yep.
Ooh! Face brightens up. Finally, I have my uses and talents. I begin reading it, knowing that the other two would probably not understand what I am reading.
Does my comprehend languages spell? Is it still active? Wait.
No, that
It
was like
told
last
me.
night.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
So it seems to have a set of instructions. It says, place on ground, take 3 to 4 steps away, face chest, and okay, I don't have the stuff here for that, but and say Blue Isle.
I usher the other two away as I set down the chest with its lid closed. I walk away to the designated feet away. Oh, Blue Isle.
What language are you saying Blue Isle in?
And that's what language it's written in. I would use the same language it is written in.
Okay.
So I use Draconic.
Alright, y'all ready for this?
This is gonna be fun.
The troll comes back, and it's a fire troll now. Resistant to... No.
Actually, no. Let's wait for Razor. Because he probably would like to be part of this.
Yes.
Okay.
That my situation's done. Does anybody else need to do anything?
Anything that's preferably like a dice roll or two?
Honestly, at this point, I'm just waiting for Razor since he did indicate he'd like us to wait. Figure it's nice to extend that courtesy.
Which one is you? That's the ranger.
given that this is just turning brighter for Sage, I think whatever is going to pop out of that chest, Razor probably would like to see it.
Okay, I'm back.
Guess what?
Back just in time to do more waiting.
Do more what?
All right, folks,
Do more
so
waiting.
we'll be right back after Razor gets back to do this next big scene. So we might do some more minor dice roll stuff off camera, which if we do, then we'd end up doing that.
So what's the next big scene?
You know that tiny chest or tiny feet I was messing with?
Yeah.
I know what happens to
Finally
that
found-
after these messages.
And then I'm gonna want to pull out my potion. The potion, the
Mysterious
the
green
mysterious
potion.
green potion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask if anyone can help me figure out what the hell it is. I've been carrying it for a while.
Chok raises his hand. Sure.
Right.
I'm bored.
One of you two roll Arcana, and you have advantage on it.
Okay.
Chok, you're probably better at Arcana.
I mean, what's your Arcana?
I have a 1.
Yes, I am better at Arcana than you. I have a 6. Here you go. Okay.
That's as bad as the last time you looked at it.
Yeah, that's about what I got when I looked at it.
I look down at the potion and I shake it a bit. I kind of like a wine tester looking at the dress or glass. And, yep, this is a potion.
Over and go.
It's
Let
a
me
swirling
try.
green liquid.
It's green like me.
So Wolf kind of glances over, and actually, I'm gonna actually tell him what it is via private message, so he can tell you.
Dude, I just look at it and go, hand me that.
Hand it over.
I sigh and I hand it to the guy.
Yeah.
After a few moments of studying it, I just
It doesn't even take a few moments. You just glance at it.
and they go, it's a potion of growth. Whoever this is, you can have it back. I hand it to the person that owns it.
I take it, I say, what is it?
It's a potion of growth.
Yes, but what is it?
All right,
Growth.
give me a moment.
Potion of
'Cause
growth.
it should be self-evident by the name, but
It enlarges the person who drinks it for 1 to 4 hours, depending on the person. Potion of growth is. Explain it. That's stupid. Mage, you should know what this thing is. Just
Sorry,
look at.
it's just a green potion.
Sage literally face palms and just hands it to the person that owns the potion and go, here. I just walk off back to my chest.
He'll never understand, the poor man.
And I'm just like, what the hell is it?
It's green, don't you understand?
It's a potion of growth. What else do you not understand?
Oh, gross.
What is it?
I thought you kept saying gross.
yeah, it's growth.
Yeah, how you're, with how you talk and with, distortions from being over the internet, it kept sounding like gross.
That oddly do, huh?
That is where the confusion was coming from. I thought you went to hand it back and just said gross.
Growth. It's a potion of growth.
Yeah, growth
Okay.
with a TH. And we're back. So, yeah. We are going to be revealing what is happening with this tiny chest. It is being put on the ground, and some paces are being taken, and then the words Blue Isle are being said in Draconic. And then it grows.
Just stare at the chest going, holding for this long time.
Wait, I think I know what the... Oh, God.
I just watch the chest.
So,
And
it gets larger. And then it's sitting there as a full-size chest, a couple feet wide and like 4 feet long.
I take the key out of my pocket to see if it actually grew.
It does seem to have grown.
We walk over to the chest and use the key to open it. Stayed unlocked.
I don't have a token immediately readable or ready for this, but yeah, it appears to be a large empty chest at this point.
The chest and go,
What if it also has a false bottom which has its own message on it? Which will then allow us to do something else?
probably be too far. I go, study the chest again. Investigation.
Okay. It seems to be a just a chest. It's big now.
Huh. Back 30 paces, and I go,
Wait, 30 paces?
new aisle. Amount of paces I took before.
Okay.
Before I grew.
So basically you went to here and then you came back.
I again say in Draconic, blue aisle.
It once more shrinks down to tiny size.
So I heard him say that, right?
Yep.
Probably wouldn't know how to say it because it's in Draconic.
Oh, I don't have to understand the language. I just have to know how to imitate that shit.
Much like a person who only knows 5 words of Spanish can say those 5 words properly. They can't speak it, but they can say those 5 words.
I can also mimic speech of another person.
Oh, that's right. You took the
Yes.
So, what did Razor want to do?
No, I was just seeing if my thing was all set up. Those are nothing.
All right.
I walk over to the chest and pick it up.
Okay.
I into a different pocket instead of my normal one, which has a lot of cluttered stuff in it. I just go. As a two-part, the key, it cannot be opened, even if they said the words correctly.
I mean, as long as you lock it down. And it's currently empty, so...
I calmly just walk back to the rest of the group and go, well, that was interesting.
That was a thing that happened. Cool.
I have something unique. Yay.
I am looking around to make sure I get ambushed while this is all going on, though.
Okay. So, So, Razor, as all of this is kind of, so as all this is kind of going on, you're like, it shrinks and grows, whatever. You're actually going to hear something.
Okay.
Make sure of that thing.
Return the slab.
There's something, like, over here. And as you glance over, you think you see something that looks like a dog, maybe, or a wolf, kind of duck down a bit.
Oh god, more gnolls.
In Gnoll, I'm going to say, who goes there?
So you start hearing Orsic start, like, barking and howling and making growly noises at the rock.
Turn around going and whistle and point towards Orsic as my links
So I look around.
help. We'll do a perception check.
He did. Okay. I'm assuming everyone's moving at least somewhat in this direction.
Well, as I said, I'm going to take a 10-foot step forward to see if I can see it any closer while on guard.
Chok's just gonna stay
Cat.
put, readying
I set my cat next
every
to him.
fire spell he knows. Being the only
Okay,
one.
off topic, what in the hell is a cow doing out here?
That's not supposed to be a cow, that's supposed to be a goat.
And what are the other two animals?
Another goat that's smaller because, okay, there's a goat, a giant goat, and then a mastiff.
Where the hell did all these animals come from?
My bad.
Dark.
His bag of tricks.
Oh, okay.
God.
I just don't remember it from last time, so I'm like...
Yeah, he started randomly pulling out animals.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, I'm getting in a ready position in case something jumps. And I'm, doing my thing.
Okay. So, yeah, there's something going on beyond the rock over here.
I set my cat next to him. Said that. And after I order it to go next to Orsic, with checking whatever's behind that rock.
A few moments pass. And a few more.
Can I order the... I'm going to order the goat to charge back behind the rock.
Okay.
The regular goat.
1, 2, 3... Oh, wait, that's bush. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 1, 2... So he goes crashing through the bushes, and you hear like a almost like kind of frightened noise for a moment, and then like nothing.
I'll say in common this time. Who goes there?
I think the goat just got Jurassic Parked, guys.
As amusing as that would be.
It was just a regular goat, and none of us need to eat, so...
A Gnoll is going to step up onto the rock and be standing there looking down at you guys. He's kind of large and burly, and he has these kind of like longish claws. And
Pretty an arrow.
yeah.
Hey, boss man, how far can I move?
25. Yeah, and he's missing an eye.
So I'll look up at this Gnoll, and I go, And I'll say this in Gnoll so no one else can hear me. Hey, One-Eyed Willie, what do you want?
Give us the traitor.
I'm just ready an arrow.
Oh, you mean
Ready,
that
just-
one over there?
Yes. And
Well,
this
see,
is
there-
all in Gnoll, by the way.
And see, here's the problem with that. The thing is, your dumbass has attacked us, so we're coming in to mop what's left of your little clan. We want to talk to your boss. And what is so funny?
Give us the traitor, or else this
Oh.
whole wood will go. And your fort
Very-
will suffer far worse.
Just ready an arrow. To give me
I'll
this
say in comment to the rest. Hey, guys, he says he can wipe out the whole forest if we don't hand over the traitor, and far worse will happen to the fort. What should I say back?
Tell him I can burn it down too.
I'm gonna step behind
Pointed
Sage
at his
and
head.
make a hide check.
I can burn it down twice as fast. Don't trust him.
Shut up, Chok. Blind Goblin, shut up, Chok.
Turn back. No.
Should we hand over the traitor or not?
Deny him if he doesn't keep his word.
So wait, you could roll a d20.
You hand me over. He's going to be speaking an undercomment of, if you hand me over, they will kill me.
I look over to Gnoll and go, what's your opinion?
I say we fight.
Okay.
After all, if they decide to burn the forest, we can just jump in the river.
Yes, that's true, but what about the fort?
Aren't your king's men currently heading towards it?
These guys don't know that, though.
Hold up. Let's
Yeah, we do though. I say maybe they'll have a run-in with the army. Actually, how far out was the army, nerd?
That was like a few days still.
Okay, that's a few days out.
We
I
can still
think
do
at this
it.
point it's like 2 days left.
Okay.
We can definitely hold out until then.
Because they originally left like a full week behind you.
Yeah, especially since the fort, since it's already been attacked once, it's in battle readiness now.
Hey,
It's
nerd.
on maximum alert for another assault.
It's on maximum alert, however, it's also still heavily damaged, and they're trying to repair said damage.
Hey, boss, I asked a question in a whisper.
Okay.
Sure. The Nut wants to fight. Who else wants to fight these little wolf bags?
I have an arrow trained at his skull.
2 for fighting.
Chok would like to cast a spell on the Gnoll. Not the
Okay.
Gnoll, the Gnoll on the rock. He'd like to cast Charm Person.
Before you do that, I'm gonna turn. My guy's gonna turn back around to the Gnoll up on the rock, and just go, and Gnoll. In the famous words of my generation, up yours. Come on, that was
So
fun. No
what
one else got the
happened-
joke.
Yes, I did. That's funny.
Come on. When whatever that movie's called, where the guy goes, the old man in the fighter jet crawls up the alien's butt, and anyways. In the famous words of my generation, up yours.
Movie I remember
Okay.
that line being in.
I thought Nerd would get a kick out of it.
So,
Come on, Nerd, that was funny. You gotta admit it.
30 feet. Oh, that's what you're measuring, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright.
Wisdom
Alright,
saving
so
throw.
it has to make a check against you, as I recall. Wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
And
Please be under 14. Please be under 14. Please be under 14. For the love of God. I want this to succeed, just for the fact that I want a Gnoll friend.
Well, it's very temporary, mind.
Yes, but Gnoll friend.
Yeah, but you put him in the middle of the ring, so his own comrades have to kill him.
Razor. Gnoll friend.
Okay, Nerd, I need some clarification on your response, and go ahead and say it publicly. I just wasn't wanting to interrupt people. That's why I whispered.
Yeah, so you get basically one full extra turn's worth of movement.
All right, well then, yeah,
Which you can,
gonna...
yeah, which also technically includes the ability to use your cunning action.
That was my hiding, right?
Generally, you can use it for hiding, yeah.
All right, well, I think I already moved behind him and hid before, didn't I?
You moved behind him and hid before, and then you can move to another location and hide in that location as well.
Oh, I
Hey,
come out of hiding when I move?
There's a chance that you'll end up being seen as you move.
Alright.
But moreover, you have a chance of getting a better hiding thing in your new hiding spot. And if you're out in the open,
That's
then you
25,
can't
right?
be hiding. Yeah, and if you move to there, you'll be out in the open, though.
You're
The
right.
wild. And hide. In the forest.
Yeah, this here is a bush. Oh, damn it. Wrong tool. This here is a bush.
Aha. Well then, yeah, I'm gonna sneak into that bush.
Okay.
And hide
It's basically
again.
going to be sneaking behind the 3 medium creatures. That's a little bit too far forward to be in the bush.
Oh,
there you go.
there.
Yeah, so basically
Alright,
sneak behind the
and,
3 medium creatures and kind of sneak around and all.
Gnoll friends.
And let's make another hide check. I am in a bush.
Are the bush.
Does that give advantage, being in the bush?
The fact is that you were pretty well stealthed last turn. You've been using medium-sized creatures to be able to hide behind, so yes.
Okay, cool. Then I'm likely still hidden.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
all right. Thank you.
So the Gnoll, there's going to be kind of like this weird kind of like magic sparkle around the Gnoll's head for a moment. And he'll kind of shake his head a little bit, and then he'll kind of turn to you guys and smile and... We can be friends.
Just let me know when I
And
can
he's
move
actually
again,
speaking
boss.
in common.
Yes, the best of friends. Come, I have green.
Beau is going to keep silent as he's hiding in the bush, just waiting.
I will use the Mask of the Wild just to hide in plain sight, because I'm in a forest.
I actually,
Boss
I
man.
walk forward slightly. And I beckon him towards me with my...
Roll a persuasion check.
Yes. Please be good, please be good, please be good. No!
Okay.
No, friend, why?
The Gnoll is then going to turn behind him and say, "Come on out, boys, and bring the goat."
Oh god, they have their own goat. We're doomed.
They have our goat.
I just hope your goat's better than their goat.
Before they arrive, I just quickly just go and walk over to the tree over here. I'm going to use Mask of the Wild.
To hide behind the leaves?
Hide behind the leaves.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
I'm one with the leaves.
You are the leaves.
I'm the leaves. Perfect.
Yeah. So one of them is actually carrying the goat that Denault sent back there.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to have its legs tied and it is kind of draped over across its shoulders. This will
I'm
be a
still
good
watching
meal.
them cautiously. Huh?
This will be a good meal. And it's the same one speaking common, by the way. It's this one right here. With the strong arms.
I look between anyone in the group to see if even a single one of you even gives a whiff of a fuck.
I sit in the leaves, still holding my bow in firing position, or knocked. And I go,
And
your other eye.
Am I able to move again, boss?
Yes.
Okay.
and
Then
I'd like to take a look at them. Can I see a signal horn on any of them?
Nope.
I'm going to do a quick dash over to. Let me check the distance. Wrong tool.
Can I notice at all if the leader has been affected by my spell, or just completely and utterly shit?
Only need to move 3. Going to do a quick dash over to here.
Damn it, I
And
want no
attempt
friends.
to make sure my hiding is good.
And I'll talk to the leader and go, so, how many are you out here?
Stuff.
You've gotta be fucking
Wait.
kidding me.
My lynx has better hearing than humans. Any other movement?
I believe its advantage thing is specifically for smelling.
Let's see if it smells anything else. Perception?
Yeah. Looking at where it was. Where is it?
The 6s and the 7s, people.
Here we go. Yeah. So, your lynx kind of sniffs the air, sees the 3, makes like a little paw movement towards them, and then nods.
And just sit quietly, knowing that those could be the only 3 in the woods.
Yeah, admittedly, the area also smells pretty bad of, or smells pretty strongly of burned troll.
Oh, probably.
So, if we're all friends here, then perhaps we should get moving, yes?
Moving to where?
Or I suppose we could rest for a bit longer and then head to that place we're going to deal with the rest of the gnolls?
Yes!
Yes.
Chok just
Sounds like a good
goes
plan.
over to the fire and sort of beckons the rest of the gnolls to join in.
Watch in the trees.
Gnoll friends. Gnoll ventures.
I just quietly just go and begin setting up my camping gear in the tree.
Well,
Um,
I don't think the plan is to spend the night here.
Also, we
No.
couldn't. The charm person spell lasts an hour. We have 1 hour to kill all these gnolls without them murdering us.
Actually, as soon as you hit them, it ends right away.
That too. So
Is it-
we have
is
to
it
act
still-
within an hour.
So my question is, do we have to hit him, or their comrades can hit him? But
It is specifically you or your allies, or the caster or their allies.
oh, so throw them against their own comrades, their own people. It's fine.
Yeah,
So wait, we're being friends with these gnolls now?
I
Okay.
charmed the shit out of one of them.
it looks like one of them has been enchanted and has convinced the others to join him.
Fair enough.
I
okay.
wave Orsic over.
9 p.m.
I'm
again.
gonna
Catching out.
I'm gonna ask how far we are from their encampment.
Not terribly far.
How long would it take for us to get there?
Hard to say with stubby legs.
The next question: how many are you of there? Are you of or how many are you out there? Of you are out there? God, that's a tongue twister.
Our clan numbers 60, but there are some other 10 clans that have all come and joined the Eater.
The Eater. What do you mean by that?
Xenog, the Eater.
Peter.
Is he one of you?
He is our leader.
So if we
What
challenge your
happened if
leader, does that mean we get the control of the entire pack if we defeat him?
If you could talk him into one-on-one combat. That or sacrifice the traitor here. And you might convince him to make you friends and do what you want him to do.
So with the other clans, how many are we looking at? Because you guys must have suffered some losses in that last battle.
I'm gonna pull the traitor aside while they're talking. So once he's done talking to him, I'll talk to the other one.
Okay. Okay.
Well, since he's charmed, I figure why not get information out of him?
Yeah.
Yep. Fuck, he's more than just charmed. He's our friend for an hour.
Okay. Okay, and I want to double check something real quick. Okay, so you're over here because you're talking to them. Sage, I don't know where you want to be, or where you want your links to be.
My links is probably going to return over to me.
Okay. I need to check something real quick. Okay.
Are you looking something over in my on my sheet?
I did look something over, yes.
Oh. Need help or what?
No, I got it. What I needed.
No, alright.
Okay.
Didn't mean to do that.
Okay, good. Chok's like laughing with the gnolls, having a pleasant time. He sort of sees something over the Gnoll's, right behind the Gnoll. He just gives it a wink and then goes back to what he was doing. A skeleton walks into a bar, orders a beer and a mop.
Beau just chuckles and grins at Chok, palming something.
Nerd, was that pointed at me, or can everyone see that?
The thing that I sent to Orsic is specifically something that it was sent to you as information. You can act on it however you feel.
I'll give Beau an eye.
Beau looks over. What?
You know what?
You can prove nothing, sir.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, we'll talk, huh? Remember what I saw.
I'll turn back to the leader and go, so how many with the other 10 clans you said you're here? What are your numbers total?
Beau just grins and mutters under his breath, yeah, that's what I thought.
Not entirely certain. We don't even know how many were killed last night.
So your numbers are still coming in?
Yes. We went out on patrol, and to also deal with this, gesturing at your campfire.
Yes, we had a troll. As you can see, we had a troll barbecue.
We were going to tie it up and hang it from a tree, and then keep slitting its throat and draining it into a bowl.
What would that accomplish?
Whoa.
Infinite supply of troll's blood.
And that is used for?
Magic-y things.
They're so smart. Chok sort of stage whispers.
And what if it dies? What is doing that? Or breaks free?
Don't use fire and it won't die. If it breaks free, then we recapture it or run.
Gotcha. Well, I do apologize if we put a kink in your plan.
And if we really wanted to harvest as much as possible, we would take it back to the boneyard.
So,
And put it in chains.
In this lovely dirt beneath us, can you draw the layout of your camp, please?
We don't really have a camp. We are all over the boneyard, and most of us are staying in the bone house.
What's this bone house and boneyard you're talking about?
It has a large fence around it and buried bones. They are very tasty.
Sage just silently chuckles in the
Beau just
background.
kinda groans.
I'm
Looks
gonna
over at
ask-
Orsic. I believe he means a graveyard.
I'm gonna ask, so when you guys attacked the fort, you had explosives. Do you have more of those inside your camp?
We have many of those inside the bone house.
If we could get in there, can you show us where that's at?
Yes.
And when we go to this bone house, any chance you can get some more of your comrades to join us in the fight?
It's possible. Depending on
Chok takes
how
his
long I
hand
feel
to
I'm
the side.
being friendly.
Oh, sorry.
I'll look at everyone else. We better get a move on.
Chok puts his hand to the side and sort of tries to stage whisper to you. Hours a duration zay. Evil zay.
Oh, and there was something that someone said before Metgath. I don't remember who it says. I got cut off because Metgath wanted to say his thing. That's perfectly fine. I was going to give whoever that person said before Metgath the look of, no shit, Sherlock. look to him.
Silently walks over and taps Orsic. Why don't you get them drunk and just have them start fighting each other? Because I know this is not going to last long.
I'm all out of booze.
Beau's
was gonna
gonna
talk-
wander off towards the river and start going through a mysterious pouch.
Okay.
I
So-
will look at the leader and go, "After you, good sir, lead the way."
And also kind
So,
of motion for Chok to come over.
Oh,
All right.
Chok excuses himself from the group of gnolls, pats the leader on the back, gives him a pair of finger guns as he walks away and meets up with Owen.
Beau.
Oh, whoa, shit.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool.
God damn it. I don't know why the fuck I missed that up. There we
It's
go.
the first
so-
time you slipped. It's okay.
Alright.
All right. Time
It
to
goes back to the tree.
it's time to scroll back time a little bit and go to the other conversation that was happening simultaneously.
Mm.
Alright. I go by the riverbed with Beau, look over my shoulder at the creepy homeless man following me, and look back at you.
He was over there to begin with.
Yeah, I haven't really been addressing that, but it's becoming more and more suspicious.
That's Mr. Blackstone. That's the bard that's traveling with us. I don't completely trust him.
Yeah. Speaking
He
of not
has
trusting,
no eyebrows!
He's too happy and friendly.
speaking of not trusting, you cannot trust them.
Beau looks over at
What?
Blackstone.
This is specifically the Gnoll to Denault.
Oh.
Okay. Have they lied to us yet? That you know of?
Not that I know of, but these are what you might call bruiser shamans.
So they're very powerful.
They are strong and do many hurtings, but they also worship. Double checking the name. Inago.
What would I roll to see if I'm familiar with that?
It'd be a religion check.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they still had knowledge religion.
Yeah, they just removed the knowledge part from the name.
Okay. And I'm gonna... Now, Adrian, if I were to have him tell me some stuff about that while I'm trying to figure out who it is, could it potentially give me advantage?
If he gives you more information, I will allow another check. However, for the moment, you don't have advantage.
Okay.
But you can get more checks later.
And just to put an FYI, and before we leave this conversation over here, I will want to sneak down to Denault and their so-called traitor, because I have a plan in the works I want them to work together about.
Okay. So clearly I don't know who that person is.
You haven't heard the name before.
Okay.
So if you're curious, you can ask more questions.
Yeah. I say how resistant are they to magic?
Slightly more resistant than me
Okay.
and those who are like me, but they have their... What is word? They have good thing from Inagu.
Some sort of blessing?
Yes. Maybe. Think so.
What does it do?
Make them not turn on Inagu. And make it so that way their claws do things to your blood.
So if a person can get close to them, how easy are they to kill?
They are toughest. Except for big leaders, like head shamans, or
So they can
Xenog.
they can take a lot of hits?
Yes. And you do see that they're actually a little bit physically bigger than the others. Not by a lot, but just a little bit.
Okay.
Something just happened to my Muzak. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So if we wanted to lose them, how would you recommend doing it? Lose them or eliminate them?
Surround them now and kill them.
Okay.
Or maybe you might get away with killing Yig. He is Taki one.
What would
And
the
then
other two do
scare
if he died?
others. Kill him. You might be able to scare others into surrendering.
Okay.
They will not be allies, but they might surrender and become prisoner. But then you run into problem of having prisoner when you are heading away from place to put them.
Yes. So, Adrian, at this point, is this about when,
You still have a little bit more time before that conversation ends.
okay. I'm going to motion for some of the other members of the party to join us.
Okay.
Especially our rogue.
Yeah. So, Beau, as you're going over towards the river and gesturing Chok to come with you, Denault will be gesturing you over to him.
I look over at Chok, hold up my hand. One moment. We should probably go see what our transforming friend has to say. As I start heading over there.
Just please make him stop. I look back at the homeless guy.
Chuckle. I can't make him do anything. But don't worry. We'll go through the goodies later.
I have magic, and even I don't think I could.
Yes, my large shape-shifting friend?
I've been discussing the matters with what's been going on with our guide here, and I think our best course of action is to eliminate them now. They have a blessing from apparently they're bruiser shaman, so they're tough to kill. They have a slightly higher magical resistance than the rest of their people, and the blessing also makes it so they cannot betray their god. They cannot attempt to harm their god.
Beau raises an eyebrow. Their god.
I say,
might I ask his name? Perhaps I've heard of him.
Of course you would.
I'm bad with names. I look over at I look at the Gnoll and I say, why don't you tell him the name?
I don't speak his language, friend.
Yinagu. And he's saying it technically in Undercommon, which makes it close-ish to being understood.
But really,
okay, he's speaking in Undercommon, and then he's saying the name, which the name is a name.
All right.
Yeah,
so
a name is
I'm
a
gonna
name.
do a history check to see if I've heard anything about him in my knowledge of history.
Okay.
It would also be
17.
He's a Gnoll god.
That's all I know? Okay.
That's all history can give you, really.
Fair enough.
Many of his devotees have caused big, giant, rampaging massacres.
Well, even though I don't have proficiency in it, I'm going to take a chance and make it a religion check.
and I'll see if I can assist him with that.
Okay.
Can I?
You guys can talk things out a little bit and give him the advantage.
All right, then 15.
Okay, so I'm going to type out the name here because I've probably been butchering its pronunciation.
All right, so basically I just like, okay, well, I know he's a Gnoll god, and his followers have caused a lot of problems, right?
Yeah, so there it is in the chat. By the
Gnoll?
way, if you, those watching this, have any idea as to how to pronounce that, please put the phonetics down in the comments for me to help me figure out how to pronounce that properly for next time.
To me, it looks like Yinohu.
It could be, I don't know.
Or something like that.
It's weird.
It is very weird. It does not follow any traditional naming conventions, and I kind of like it.
Yeah. So he is... Okay, I don't really remember all the details as to what their thing was in the original D&D, so I'm going to make my own up.
Okay. Sounds good.
So he's not exactly necessarily a god of just slaughter, but killing is a big part of his religion. Most of the Gnoll gods are about killing and eating and things that help you doing those two things.
Yeah.
Although they do actually have a breeding god. Or goddess, technically.
Fertility goddess. Yay.
Yeah. But, Inohu, you know?
Some.
Yeah.
Crazy Gnollish name.
Part of his thing is also in nature of, or basically knowledge of nature, in particular when it comes to herbology.
So they're good with plants.
Yeah, and they act as apothecaries.
Alright.
Strangely enough, they're also kind of sort of the, some of the healers, but generally it's a thing of kill it, kill it, kill it. But, you know, if you have to recover from a poison...
There are ways to use this. Beau looks at Chok and Denault. I feel like there are ways we can use this. What do you think?
Okay. So non-painful method or
Chok pulls out a fucking bear trap. Painful method.
As fun as the painful method is, I feel like we could actually get them truly on our side, since it seems like right now they're just playing along to try and trick us.
okay.
Chok pushes the fucking bear trap back.
Beau looks at Denault. What do you think?
You have any ideas?
Well, I am rather good with people, and he looks at the Gnoll captive. Despite their smell, they are still technically people.
All right. So as
And
you're
those
having
ones
this
at
bit
least
of
speak my language.
yeah, so as you're kind of having that bit of conversation, it will be somewhat interrupted by the fact that Orsic is walking over to you guys because his conversation is done.
He punches
looks
Chok in
over.
the face.
Beau looks over at Orsic. I don't think the whatever the little one did, he points at Chok. I don't think it actually worked. According to what our friend here says, they are essentially armored against turning against their god. So there's that.
Chok suddenly gets a light bulb that appears above his head, and he snaps his fingers as an idea comes to his head. Mind. Shit.
Is
Wow,
Razor
I've been
now?
talking to myself. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Yeah, I just
okay.
checked and noticed that you were muted. I was about to say something.
I was.
I'm like,
I was
why is
kinda
everyone
wondering
over
myself.
talking to me? You know, it's like, what the fuck? And I look at this.
I was
like,
kind of
oh.
wondering.
Okay, so go ahead and give your input.
I go,
Yes. Yeah.
I sort of had my feeling because, you know, just the way they're acting, they're not like the normal take over, you know, your body situation, for one. And two, to note, I have a very special mission for you with your body changing abilities. Any chance you can disguise yourself as a rat or a mouse?
Yeah, why?
I look over to the trader. Do you know where they keep these bombs of theirs?
I know where they give them to us.
Well, can you tell Denell? Because Denell, I would love for you to sneak in there in your smallest form possible, and then just light their ammunition on fire so it all blows up on them.
Oh, and I forgot to have the relaying thing happen. But yeah. All right. Although he might have spoken Gnoll because he's heard you speaking Gnolls. So.
Beau raises a hand. Rather than actually detonating them, perhaps you'd let me go in as well and perhaps procure some. You never know when they might become of use.
You can give yourself a bag to Denell because the problem is, the reason I'm asking Denell, he's a lot smaller and he can fit into cracks.
Ah, but I am a master of stealth, my friend.
I snap my finger. Idea. The shrinking chest.
Aha!
Well, I was just putting my 2 cents. If you guys want to save some of them, it's not a bad idea. But it's also a very good idea to get them away from the Gnolls before we do the... We can create a diversion on one side, while you get the bombs, come back to us, and then we can use them against them.
Well, we'll see how we use them.
Which you're the rogue, right?
Yes.
I say, also, I have something else that you might be able to use to cause a little chaos as well. I pull out the Gnoll signal horn.
He takes it,
and I
looking
smile.
it over. And what does this pretty thing do?
I look at our companion and I say, What are the various signals that can be given with that?
A short and a long and a long.
What do they mean?
Long means that there's a threat there. A short and a long means to retreat.
Beau staring blankly because doesn't speak Undercommon.
I say they have two different signals with that. A short and a long. Short and long means the threat. Right, nerd?
Retreat.
Retreat. I say there's a short and a long, which means retreat, and just a long blow, which means threat.
Beau nods and sort of uses a bit of twine to tie it to his belt. I'll definitely put this to good use.
I look over at Beau.
Go ahead.
Knowing your sneaking abilities, all I ask is you make as much distraction as possible and have fun. Make them chase their own goddamn tails.
They'll never see me, but they'll be convinced that they're surrounded. Now, as for our current situation, I have an inkling of an idea of how we could possibly use their beliefs to our advantage. Or we could just do this the easy way and kill them all.
So Sage is now walking up to you guys.
Who's keeping an eye
Man.
on the Gnolls at this point?
And as he's
Chok's
walking
keeping
up
an
to
eye on
me,
the old homeless man. That's about it.
as he's walking up, I just start smiling and I say, I have the perfect spell for this situation. If there's an open window, I could launch a flaming spear into the building and blow the whole thing up.
From what I've been able to just think of, a bone house sounds a lot like a crypt. Crypts generally don't have windows.
Or push it through the door. Either way, I'm going to be a mouse for a little bit, so I'll be able to do some recon.
Fair enough.
Because I look at my other companions. I say, well, we may not walk out of this alive, but it was an honest serving you all, and we need to get as much recon, create as many chaos as we can, and kill as many as we can before they kill us. We gotta hold out.
Beau just chuckles. I'm really not looking forward to the idea of dying. I fully intend to survive this. And
I do too,
hopefully-
but as a dwarf, it's always good to die in battle than in an old fool on a bed.
And
I
that's where
disagree.
You and I are very different. I'm with our little friend Chok here. I'd much rather die an old man in my sleep.
I never said old man.
Beau just kind of shakes his head. Then I guess I'm the only one.
I say, and between you and me, I'd much rather be killed by a jealous husband or boyfriend.
Beau kind of grins. That is a good way to go.
So it was Chok that had the shrinking chest, correct?
No.
It was
No.
Sage.
Sage?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's the one that just walked up, right?
Yep.
Okay. I turn and look at Sage and say, so we're coming up with a plan to get our hands on some bombs, but I'm gonna need your bag. Your box.
If you'd like, I can
They
keep
have-
them distracted. I'm oh so good at that.
Distractions are always good.
Like right now? I can do this right now.
No, not right now, but
Beau just kind of grins. Calm yourself. And then he turns and looks back at the Gnolls as they're moving around. And where are you three going?
Thought we heard rapid in bush. Besides, we should get moving.
Beau shakes his head and looks over at Blackstone. keep an eye on them and keep them from getting into any trouble, please. We're still working out some plans.
I stay quiet.
You.
Well, if you're planning, then we should be in on your plan, since we are all friends.
Beau smiles.
I say quietly. I think we should kill them now.
Beau smiles ingratiatingly, moving a little bit closer.
Hold on. No. Oh, if you want in on your if you want in on the plans, come on over.
Hey, Aaron. So, could you take me home?
Hold on.
Oh god, if we're planning on lying, Chok will fucking do it. I get advantage on this shit.
Alright, so... has anyone even thought to make an insight check on these guys?
I have, earlier, but I failed terribly.
Actually, I'm going to do that as I offer them a wide smile.
Can I do that again?
Yep.
Okay.
It's been quite a while since then, so...
So better.
Do I get advantage?
Alright.
You don't get advantage on it, but you can make a check.
We're all just kind of like, okay, what do we know?
We're all losers, except for him.
Didn't you already roll an insight, Razor?
That's why I'm kicking myself in the ass. I just realized that as I did that, I just wasted a 20.
Oh,
the 9 up there, yeah.
It happens.
Okay.
It happens.
I'll take the 20.
So, as far as you guys can tell, they're actually honest in wanting to help you.
But at the same time, we know that they
it might be for their own interests, but they want to help you.
Beau thinks for a moment, then looks at them. All right. Time to throw the cards on the table, so to speak. We know you can't turn against your god. Why are you helping us?
Only one thing could turn us against our god. It would be a sort of enchantment spell.
Beau shakes his head.
Chok
I don't
chuckles.
think so. Not from what we've heard. Now be honest.
We are not immune to enchantments.
Tell me more about these blessings that your god has put upon you.
He has blessed us, in particular, with the knowledge of how to manufacture a poison that stays potent and lingers on our claws, as well as how to be immune to said poison.
And how do you gain immunity?
That is a secret.
I thought we were all friends and you weren't immune to enchantments. If the enchantment holds, you will tell me.
Wait, did you just tell him that... Wait, what?
That's how charm works, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, but you just told the fucking Gnoll that he isn't...
Yeah, actually, you did just kind of admit potential enchantment to his compatriots.
You fool! It's the end of no friends! What have you done?
Do we really need them, though?
I mean... No friends!
I don't trust them.
God damn it, and I wanted to try and trick them to wear my goddamn bear trap as a hat!
We still have one charmed.
I even have 3 fucking manacles! I was going to try that fucking log over there and have the river drag them away.
Aww.
Regard to as a friendly acquaintance. So,
alright, can I rethink?
It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to spill literally every single secret that he's got. You have to make a persuasion
can
roll.
Can I rethink then?
You'd have to make a persuasion roll in order to do a thing. Although it could just be your character's non-knowledge about magic. And actually, go ahead and roll an Arcana check before your statement occurred.
And also, I'm going to roll a history to see if I can't figure out who their god is.
I got an 11.
It's a religion check to find out about the god.
Oh, okay.
I got an 11.
Okay.
It might be an 11 on paper, buddy, but it's a 20 for effort.
Right.
Okay, so apparently I was wrong. And, well, okay. I actually wasn't wrong about the effects of charm, but I was wrong about one particular thing for your checks. So I'm going to relook over your rolls. Okay. So, yeah, Yenog is a Gnoll god who likes to kill things.
Okay.
For your religion check there, Razor. Okay, Okay. So, looking over a couple other rolls from back here. Yeah, so you happen to know the fact that it makes him a friendly acquaintance. It doesn't necessarily mean that he is your absolute slave. It's not like a puppeting spell. It's a...
Then
you're now our friend. You are
my
charmed
tongue.
by us.
Then I bit my
Also,
tongue.
I have a question. Does the you in this in the description mean just me, or the group in and of itself?
Technically, it is you and your allies.
Alright, then
Okay,
I'm going
that's
to, when
more
he
better.
says that's a secret, I'm going to offer a wide smile. But I thought we were friends. Why wouldn't you want to tell your friends how to be safe in case you accidentally nick me during a handshake or something?
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm actually going to luck that one.
Okay.
Please be good.
So... Oh, yes!
Oh shit!
Oh, yes!
Thank you.
And this is why I love luck.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh, yes. Nat 20.
Thank you.
Thank you, RN Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Alright then. We use a very long sequence of poisons and enchantment potions that are full of magical herbs and plants, and consume them in a particular order or over a particular time with very specific points and amounts that we have to take of each. And at the end of all of that, we have the poison permanently within our blood, and our systems are immune to its effects.
Would you happen to have a sample of the antidote?
We don't have a antidote. What we have is a built-up immunity involving using part of the poison and various magical plants over the course of a full moon.
Oh, so this is a quite long-term process.
Yes.
Well, I mean, perhaps giving us samples of the poison, we could also gain this immunity since we are, of course, friends.
He's going to reach for his side and... My pouch is gone.
Beau raises an eyebrow.
Fuck.
What pouch?
Must have
make the
dropped it
deception
somewhere.
check.
And he's going to turn to one of his compatriots and say in Gnoll, so Ursa can understand, "Give me your pouch."
Do I need a deception check for the what pouch, or just...
He doesn't seem to be paying very much attention to you, but you should probably roll it anyways.
Okay. Okay.
Oh god.
Just
Please.
He's not paying attention.
Please.
Oh, hey.
Oh my god.
I'd say I got away with it.
So, one of his compatriots tosses him a pouch, and he'll pull out what appears to be a small bundle of cloth and 2 vials, and he'll hand them over to you.
I'll take them and look at them. So, what is the order?
These aren't everything that you need for becoming immune. These are samples of the poison.
Ah, Okay.
The
Well
bundle
then.
there is of it in its leaf form, and the vials are of it in its extracted form. Boiled and boiled some more.
Alright, so to turn the leaf into the extracted form, we boil it. What is the purpose of having it in leaf form?
If you need a small amount, you can crush it and rub it, and the poison will naturally come out from the leaves.
Alright. Beau's going to hand one vial to Chok and then hand another vial to Orsic. And then hang the hang the bundle off of his belt. My thanks, friend.
I just realized my mic has been muted. I was gonna say, Sage tapped Beau to say, may I see those?
He hands the bundle of leaves over to Sage.
Know of them.
You do know of them, and it's a pretty poisonous plant that most things tend to stay away from. However, it does happen to have a set of berries attached to it that aren't poisonous.
I grabbed one of the berries.
Well, I mean, for the when you come across the plant naturally, these are just the leaves, specifically harvested.
Look at the leaves.
So it's like hemlock or something.
I will roll my medicine check to see if I can figure out if my people have developed any sort of antidote to these leaves.
Can I do anything to give him advantage? Like talk it out?
Use your history to try and find some knowledge on doctors.
Seriously? History can be used for a lot of things.
Well, he's already made the roll, so. You're fairly certain that your people have made an antidote. You just don't know what it is.
Then I'm gonna roll a history check if you see fit to mention it.
At 180 of the Age of Iron, Sir Professor Edgeworld Firsthead created the first vaccine for the leaf virus.
Oh my. So yeah,
let's.
Are you mentioning it?
He's also typing something to me right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to type on my phone at the same time as answering questions and.
There. And it was a bad roll. Nat 20 persuasion on a luck.
It's part of the power.
My. So good. As we're all just going, thank you.
Alright, okay. So.
I don't know jack about history on it.
It's plant.
Yeah. Is there any other knowledge I could apply?
There are many other knowledges that you could apply. There's a knowledge that even Denault could apply.
I just want to say that this dog and this goat have done nothing.
Wait, Metcalf, you could probably do druid lore.
Well, he has medicine. Or at least I think he has medicine.
Yeah.
Wouldn't druid knowledge apply too?
Not for making antidotes. There's also the herbalism skill. Or herbalism, which could be a possibility.
What is with all these bad rolls?
And where the fuck is the other goat gone?
It got eaten.
Oh. I didn't see that.
Hey, there's a medicine roll that's not complete crap.
The roll wasn't complete crap.
Well, not complete crap, just wow. These have been some bad medicine rolls.
My roll was a 2. I've got a +7.
Wow.
That was a bad roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's we're all trying to figure out how this
Sorry.
fit.
There.
So does Raise's roll reveal something to him?
Okay. With a 14, there's the knowledge, the fact that the antidote is out there. You don't really necessarily know. You're fairly certain like a pretty standard kind of antidote works.
Okay.
So like a basic kind of antidote potion.
Okay.
And there is a more specific antidote that can be made, but you don't have any idea how to make it. But it probably would involve either the plant or something else that is a counter to whatever the chemicals are in this plant.
Wait a second. We have a bard. Is bardic knowledge still a thing?
Nope.
Yes. Wait. No, sorry. I thought you meant bardic inspiration. No, it's not.
Oh, bardic knowledge.
They get a bunch of like knowledge-y stuff, but they don't actually get bardic knowledge anymore. At least I don't think.
Ah, that's sad. But the bard might possibly know something.
And he's currently at least 10 feet away from everything else going on.
Beau's going to motion Blackstone over while holding out. See that bundle again? I have an idea of someone who might know something.
Chok cringes as he walks forward.
Admittedly, the lack of eyebrows was a mistake. He's supposed to have eyebrows, but I failed, apparently. Or maybe it's that I couldn't find any good ones.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I thought that was part of his character design.
No, that was me just going, yeah, that looks good, and plastering it down because I was making a fast token.
I just thought he was Mr. No Brows.
Yeah.
Wolf. I need the bundle back.
Almost looks like you, but you have eyebrows.
I hand the bundle back going,
I hold...
plant it is. Dunno.
Beau nods. Well, that's something at least, and looks over to Blackstone holding out the bundle. Do you have any idea what this is? Or what the antidote to this plant is? Apparently it's quite poisonous.
The berries.
Aha! That narrows it down. Maybe. We have a bard. They know things. Why did we not think of this?
Chok's eyes scan across the group. Suddenly the realization hits him that about fucking 3/5 of his group have no eyebrows. He has no idea about Sage.
Gnoll does have eyebrows. They're just super pale.
I'm not sure
Orsic
if
has
someone
big
has
bushy eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Yeah, Beau is also supposed to have eyebrows, but they're like thin.
I
Sage
didn't
is just
make them.
constantly wearing a hood.
Does he?
He's supposed to have blonde eyebrows that are super thin.
I didn't make his portrait.
Yeah.
Never did. I will
Constantly
find
wearing
something
a hood.
appropriate.
Okay.
I will find
Alright.
something appropriate eventually.
So,
Well,
I
medicine-
just look at the gnoll.
Medicine's
Yes,
not my
what is
specialty,
our-
but let me think on it for a moment.
Beau nods. Take all the time you need. We've sort of exhausted our knowledge.
Well, a general antidote potion should work.
Aha!
Sage is just who just stares at the dog ominously. Like it's never seen a dog before.
Yep.
Beau looks at the rest of the party. I honestly don't know who should take the bundle, but one of you should. I don't do well with those sorts of things.
Out his hand that's still gloved. Here. Nature.
Blackstone still got it, so it's up to him to hand it over.
He'll
now.
hand it over. Rather promptly.
It just puts it away.
Glossing over the fact that Beau may or may not have a pouch.
Okay, I look at the Gnoll leader going, so, what should tell us?
Shall we get going? I only know how to make myself immune over the course of a full moon.
Okay, then.
Basically, it takes a month to go through the process.
Beau raises an eyebrow. How amenable to new friends would your other friends be? If you spoke for us.
Maybe they befriend, maybe they not. Some of them
if
don't
they were
like
to-
me, but many do.
And if they were to attack us, how would you respond to that situation? I'm just wondering.
So that is antitoxin. 50 gold pieces each. Okay.
While
Well,
it's
we're
passed,
in
can I do
this-
another insight check?
Yeah, you can make another insight check.
I'm also going to make one. Could you roll it for me? I'm not at the keyboard. And what did I get?
We seem to have a whole bunch of like lie detector type people in here. In your party.
Right. So what did I get?
You got it.
You got a total of 20.
Oh, nice.
I'll add to that bundle.
And Wolf got a total of 20.
Nice.
Lies.
Right. He's good at Beau's good at reading people.
As long as we are friends, we'll help you.
And they're being honest.
They seem to be making true statements, yeah.
Beau smiles. That is very much appreciated, my friend. Shall we get going then? He looks at the rest of the party.
Yes.
I figure if I treat them nice enough, when the charm wears off, they may stay friendly.
No, because you see, with the spell, it's when the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you, and I don't think that the leader
It
of a
wasn't
pack
charmed
of
by
magic.
me.
It was
wasn't
just charmed by.
me.
Yeah, it was
You'll
charmed by
know
Chok, at
that
which
you
point
are-
they'll be angry with Chok and probably all of you for having been associates to this.
Except Beau has been nothing but nice. He's
I think
grilled
they
him a little.
They
He's
would
been
consider
nothing
you
but
as my
nice.
accomplice, I think.
Metgath was trying to make a point.
But
Sorry,
still,
Mike.
they would know that they had been charmed, and that because of that charm that was cast by someone in our party, they had done actions that they would not otherwise have done that caused them to betray their the chief of their clan.
But not necessarily their god.
There is
It seems
actually
like
the
they're
solid
more
point of the
concerned
fact
with their
that,
god.
that all of the...
Huh?
There is actually the solid point that all of their discussion about them has stated they are devoted to their god, not to the chief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We haven't made them turn against their god, only their chief. They
So-
may come out as friendly. Maybe.
Hopefully.
If I play my cards right and I'm nice enough to them, they may decide they like us anyway.
Or we could just convince them, just like the one following us, that because of how much they've basically fucked over the rest of their kind, they'll basically be hunted down to the ends of the earth unless they join us too.
There is that too. Except they haven't
No
turned against
friends
their god.
forever, motherfucker.
or since they're actually part of, since they actually are charmed, apparently, then we can actually just get them killed. But we have to get moving.
But we're close acquainted.
Also, Gnoll friends. I want to make that very clear. Gnoll friends.
Well, I've already indicated that Beau is ready to go.
Yeah.
Chok's fine.
Well.
So as we get moving, I'm going to speak to the other Gnoll, the one that joined us. I'm going to tell him that they've been charmed, or their leader's been charmed.
Oh, actually, I'm going to fall back to where Chok is, quietly behind this Gnoll, and start going through the pouch, hopefully out of sight of the other Gnolls. Do I have to make any rolls to, like, hide it?
The pouch?
Yeah.
I mean, if everyone starts gathering around, maybe.
I'll still make a sleight of hand check. That persuasion roll, though, man.
Investigation roll was due to the fact I noticed the dirt's 2 different colors over here.
Oh, that's just because of what I had access to.
Ah. Well, I thought it might be a trap or something, so I was checking it out.
Yep.
So while I'm going through the pouch, I'm going to go ahead and let Denault and Chok see what's in the pouch, but I'm hiding it from the rest of the people.
Beau, as you're standing there, you notice that the weasel crawls back up into Chok's robes as though it had seemingly not been there prior.
I look over at Chok. What was that?
A smile creaks around my face. Don't worry about it.
Food? Food?
Oh.
After I go through the pouch, I'm going through my belongings, making sure everything is there.
I giggle.
Sage sees Beau checking his pockets, and Sage does the same.
Am
I have
missing
question.
anything? Beau looks over at the Gnoll. Yes.
Is this goat yours?
Beau shrugs.
What was that?
I honestly
Is this
am
goat
not sure.
yours?
Yes. The
Is it a
druid.
green?
So,
Is it a green potion?
okay. They're not talking about the green potion. They're talking... Okay, so this Gnoll right here is asking if the goat, that very large goat, yes, that one,
Oh,
is yours.
I'd say, yeah, it is.
It's not a great potion. Fuck you.
Offer it up to Chieftain, and you might be able to get passage in.
Okay.
Good tip. Still going through the pouch, and then afterwards checking my own belongings.
Okay.
Sage is doing the same. Because he don't trust Chok.
I mean, would you have seen it from that angle? Like, Beau is at the right angle to see it automatically, but you
He's,
might
like,
actually
right
have to
there.
roll for it.
Beau's like right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Beau checking his pockets. I'm gonna do the same.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
If the rook is checking his pocket, I should do the same.
I'm going to do the same.
They raise valid points. If the rogue is checking his pockets, people should check.
Investigation. Ah, yes, the paw prints on the ground. Oh, indeed,
Do I need to roll
Nat 20.
investigation doing just a personal inventory of what I have?
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it quickly.
Fair enough.
Well,
I
I make
noticed
sure I...
missing.
Nothing's missing.
Okay.
Well,
All
though,
right.
you have a net 20.
So
and
was
I
there-
have 22, so I have nothing missing.
16, I'm fairly sure he'd let me know if something was missing.
And I'm going
So,
to assume that he's not going to be stealing from me, considering I'm one of the people that kept him from being dealt with by the guard.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Anything special in the pouch aside from what we're pretty sure is in it, nerd?
Working on
There's
it.
the nerd.
Okay.
I'm just
Trying to
patiently
do
waiting.
this.
Are you still on the phone with the rep?
Okay, can somebody please roll me a D100?
I will do that. Or not.
87.
Okay.
Go with my roll. That's a higher roll.
Well, if it's
Well,
a
higher
D100,
doesn't always
it's
mean
probably
better
from a
because of
table.
tables.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
Table's
everyone else is
not always-
tipping in. I might as well do it.
Yeah, I
Mine is
may as well
bigger.
too. 21.
But bigger isn't always better.
It's how you
Indeed.
use it.
It's a medical condition.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, fuck.
I may be small, but I am mighty.
My friends call me tripod.
And bigger isn't always better is something that the Germans found out the hard way in World War II when they built the Land Cruiser.
Oh.
And the Bismarck.
Well, the problem with the Bismarck is it didn't have the proper support it needed. The German surface navy was smaller than the British one, so they were able to jump all over it.
And they, because also the Bismarck did not have a lot of AA guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a crotch broth to be able to live my everyday life normally. Need that extra support.
I don't need that
Wow.
info, please.
Seriously. Jesus. Definitely didn't need that image.
Yeah. Where's the
Wow.
bleach?
Sorry,
I don't think they make bleach for the mind. What has been heard be unheard.
Oh, fuck. Let it be burnt into your memories.
It's just kind of marinating in my mind from now on.
They've decided to just add more to this pouch. Now it's basically an actual satchel, basically.
Oh, cool.
Just because.
Cool. Thank you, boss.
So we've acquired treasure and mental scarring. What a great adventure.
Right. What has been seen cannot be unseen.
Head cannot be unheard.
So basically, he walked up to one of these guys and cut the straps off of his bag and walked away with it, and the guy was just like, "Du-du-du-du-du." I still have my
Basically.
bag. What are you talking about? I've got my bag.
All
It's
right.
right on my back.
It was on his hip before, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've got it.
There's... Wow.
Most of it's pretty small.
The dice are mine. Straight up. Fight me for them. Okay. So...
So, all right. Your guide Gnoll is going to be staying up front, far away from the other three Gnolls.
Beau looks at the guide.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't trust them?
No.
Have him be up at the front, and we'll have them in the middle of the group. That way, if they misbehave, we can slaughter them en masse.
Jesus.
Alright. So it'll take you guys about another 30 minutes to finally get to your destination.
The time skip? Wait,
hold
I
up.
have 4 minutes before bed.
Really?
Yes. 9:30.
Well, buggery boo. Alright, Chok, go ahead and make another 6 checks.
Yes.
By the way, nerd, I am doing a history check on the banner while we walk.
Actually,
No, hey, not 20. What don't I know?
Actually, you still don't know very much. You know that it's
Fair
a
enough.
banner that was used by a great Gnoll army that was around back in the Arcane Crusade.
Hmm. So
You know,
it's kind of a
back
big
when all the
deal.
gold dragons kind of whooped ass.
okay, so
it's
like,
kind of a big
did you say 3 or 6 checks? Sorry.
I said 6.
6.
Okay.
So this banner is kind of a big deal. From the sound of it.
They were a substantial army at the time, but
To the right people, it's a big deal.
Hmm. Well then, that's just going to be put away to be shown to the fort authorities.
yeah. I forgot to check off a thingy here.
Even with the nat 20, I don't know that much. That's unfortunate.
Well, a lot of knowledge would have been lost right around that time because
Yeah.
there was a lot of damage done to civilization in that war.
Yeah. But hey, I know
So
something.
so there really may not be much known about them, especially if they were on the losing side.
But what is known largely, I know.
Yeah, which is the fact that, yes, there was in fact this army, and it was primarily Gnolls at the time.
And it was big and it was mean.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
So,
I mean, soldiers might know more.
soldiers who were around at the time might know more. And who the heck is that?
I don't know.
The only one whose mic is active during that time is Wolf.
Wolf,
Please discontinue that.
please.
Please.
Thank you.
Alright, so,
For Nolan friends.
as you guys get
Almost.
close to the graveyard, because it is in fact a graveyard, the weather's gotten a bit worse. It's actually like raining now and there's more fog. But as you get close to the graveyard, you'll notice that like parts of the fog are like straight up glowing.
Just for kicks, I'm going to do a history check on the graveyard.
And it's like a reddish yellow glow.
17. Do I know anything?
Honestly, you don't know much about this particular area.
There's not much to be known, apparently.
I will. Oh wait, I have the Wanderer perk. Anything about this area? I have.
The Wanderer
Wanderer.
perk allows you to come up with food and such for your compatriots from a local area, as long as there's game and stuff to be found. So you could feed the entire party without any spells having to be used. And because of your ranger, I think it's because of your rangerness, you can also make it so they don't suffer from difficult terrain while in the forest.
Alright, so do I roll a nature check to know of the area?
No. It's...
Right.
Okay. So, we're gonna have Sage up front.
It is a graveyard, so you could do religion check. See what the burial rites and such were.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, well then. Nice.
Orsic, are you towards the front, back, or middle?
Middle.
I'm towards the back, keeping an eye on our new friends.
That's what I'm
Maybe
doing.
making some idle conversation. Actually, I'm hanging out right next to them.
Okay, so
I don't know
puts
where
you-
the hell I would be.
I'm hanging out right next to them, talking with them, but also watching them.
Metgath, where do you want your dog to be? Do you want him be in the front or the back? Because I'm running out of middle fast.
I'll have them in the back.
Okay.
I guess I'll just be in the middle. Fuck it, I have my own entourage now.
As we're walking, I asked the Gnoll, so, what does your god demand of his followers? I've heard very little about him.
We kill many non-believers. We learn all that we can about the plants around us, and use the gifts that he has given us.
Nerd?
We lose him.
I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys not hear me?
No.
Use the gifts he has given us.
Yeah, that was the last part of his statement.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Well, Nerd,
No,
I'd like to tell, how long has it been since I cast Charm Person? Would I know? Could I tell that?
Yeah, it's been about 40 minutes.
Okay.
So Beau's going to nod.
I give Beau the winking sign where I madly flay my eyes shut and open.
Beau nods, just kind of casually resting a hand on the hilt of his dagger, while still talking very friendly like. So, does your god demand you kill all non-believers, or just some?
Well, we don't demand that people worship our god, only that they believe in our god.
Well, I absolutely believe he exists, though he's not the one I happen to follow.
And see, that is all that we ask.
It's very simple, very easy to accommodate. I don't see why you have any problems, honestly.
Because many people believe that our god does not exist.
That just seems foolish. Why discount any god? We don't have any contact with them as far as we know. I'd choose not to
Not for
discount
over
any of
1,000
them.
years.
I choose
Well-
not to discount any.
Except those of holy people. They sometimes get to talk.
Sometimes. I've never been that much for gods, honestly. But I believe they exist. He looks to the rest of the party. Don't you all? Winking.
I sort of grunt.
I see. I believe there are probably a great many gods. I personally have little use for them.
But they absolutely exist. Still madly winking and like gesturing, go with it. Mouthing at the group.
And going with his thing, I will continue with, that's why I rolled the persuasion,
Yeah.
is I'm going
Oh,
with
I should
him.
probably make one.
Okay.
I should
I'm
probably
gonna luck
know
that.
where you get your
I'm luck. Wait, I don't need to luck that because halfling, I get to re-roll. I'm gonna luck that.
How many times can you use luck?
I just used my last one
Oh.
for the day. I need a long rest before I can do it again.
Well, it's been
So what's
lovely,
the-
everyone. I need to head off before my parents yell at me or get
Rest well.
upset.
Okay. So
Night.
what does night? What does Razor find out? Or
How well does he persuade?
So they seem to believe you that you guys believe in their god.
Beau nods. I'm glad we can all be friends and agree. I would like to know more, though.
Are we on the outside of the their camp?
You guys are currently approaching the graveyard, and the leader Gnoll is going to go, we should be quiet as we go in.
And why is
Beau
that?
nods, closing his mouth and basically stepping behind one of the gnolls to hide as they're approaching.
Some of the people in the yard don't like me.
I will sneak away to Gnoll and I whisper, "It's time," and I give Beau the look.
Okay, just
Actually,
quick
before
clarification.
Okay.
Which plan are we going with in this
You
case?
were doing the distractive, and he was
The
going to find
murder?
Right.
ammunition and probably either blow it up or after stealing some.
Right. I just have to ask, Nerd, what's the result of my rolls?
Yeah, I almost forgot to send you your thing. Okay. Damn it.
Seems like it's actually pretty easy to be friends with these gnolls.
Yeah, when they're charmed by magic.
Well, keep in mind, I've just proven to them. Well, we've just convinced them that we believe in their god. They say that's all they ask.
Yeah,
We could very well have gnoll friends.
Oh,
Well,
God,
there's
I
also
want
the
no
fact that they
friends.
have a right to eat, as far as they feel. So
Well, they do absolutely have a right to eat. Just maybe some accommodations could be made, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, they can eat the dog, and in exchange...
They have a right to eat, and I fed them a goat.
Yes,
You did feed them. You did feed them. Dude, we could very well come out of this with gnoll friends.
I want no friends so bad.
They have a right to eat, and we have a right to defend ourselves.
Yes. Now
I
feed them the
can't
dog.
argue with that.
I've been working to get us gnoll friends here.
Oh, fuck, you're realizing a dream here.
Hey, I've just figured charm person makes them amenable, and yes, they'll be irritated that they were charmed, but we have not actually made them act against their god, so we haven't made them do anything too terrible. You know?
Yeah, and if anything, we've just sort of been giving off a good impression, even if
Exactly,
at times
I'm
we
giving
were
out the
slightly
good vibes.
distrustful.
But you also got to take into consideration my nat 20 persuasion agreeing with them that their gods are alive.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This helps us.
believe me,
got
I am
this,
taking
I think.
everything that you guys do into account.
We are trying to be nice to these gnolls.
We want them so bad.
I actually want legitimate gnoll friends.
Oh god, that would be so fucking
Oh.
neat.
Having an ally in combat who has poisoned claws isn't necessarily
Yeah.
a bad thing.
Yeah.
Look,
So-
it's my fetish and my life goal to have no friends, okay? I need this.
So
And plus, there's a Gnoll with one eye. So either he's really good at combat, or he's bad at combat. One of the two.
yeah. By the way, the other two are also technically missing eyes, but sorry, they're not necessarily missing eyes, but they each only have one eye.
Oh, if only we weren't at
So
the
it might
camp
be
and now
a religious type thing.
I would ask them about it.
Part of it goes with the name that they're called, which is Eye of, as opposed to Eyes of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what do they, was I given the shrinking chest?
Yes.
yes, you were.
I was told the command word?
You'd have to repeat it around the gnolls several times in order to be able to be practiced at it. But you can take a shot at it later if you want.
Okay, because if I'm going to use the chest, I'm going to need to be able to shrink it and everything.
This is just great. We are making Gnoll friends happen, maybe.
Yes. So wait, did my rolls not actually do anything?
They did. I'm currently getting everything nicely typed out.
Okay. Sorry.
By the way, I'm kind of moving behind the party stealth.
Yeah, I mean, as far as loot goes, they very much have those pouches.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Oh yeah.
And so the place where the guy said, where our ally Gnoll said that the bombs are handed out, is that the crypt also, the bone house?
Yep, that's all inside the crypt. So there's a chance that you guys might actually get to skip the whole other combat area that I had built for you guys.
Because Gnoll friends.
Fuck,
Because of Gnoll friends.
Did I break things?
No.
Gnoll friends.
Okay. I don't like punishing players for winning combat, but there are also certain situations where the only way that they're going to get out of it is through combat.
Okay.
So I want you to know
We happen
that
to
this
make
kind of
Gnoll
thing
friends.
won't necessarily work all the time, because combats will indeed happen, and you can't talk or avoid your way out of all combats.
Kind of like the intimidation that we did in the very first combat. It's not a guaranteed thing, but when it works, it's beautiful.
And I
just
will give you
love the
guys
idea
credit,
of this.
and the more creative you are about things, the more I'm going to be lenient.
So you're loving this conversation that Beau was having with them, huh?
I am loving the conversation. I am also loving the interactivity between you guys and your debate over whether or not these guys are actually your friend, if they're enchanted or not. You guys have been just totally gangbusters on this one. I'm kind of surprised that there's not more talk about Jonathan, considering he's not been saying or doing very much during this entire thing, partly because I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Well, I've been wondering what's up with that dude.
don't
My character's
know
been
what
scratching
to
his head
think
like,
of
why
him.
hasn't he spoken?
I don't know what to think of him, honestly.
Chok just
He
thinks
didn't
he's a
want to hurt you
homeless
guys,
man.
He's not homeless. He's got nice clothes.
His hair and his long ass beard, that's the only thing Chok
He's got
is barely
Fabio
losing.
hair. He's got Fabio hair. In that
He's
image,
a
there's like wind
homeless
going on.
He
That
has
is-
Fabio hair and no style. That green is... He collected that shit from a dumpster, I'm sorry.
The green of his shirt, which is actually fairly close to what it was called Lincoln green, as in what friggin' Robin Hood wore, and what
If you
most
want green,
hunters
baby, you
wore.
need to be goblin. I
And it's
wore
actually
it
fairly
good
close to your
before.
skin color there.
Wow.
I wear it better.
So you're saying that Chok looks like he just crawled out of a dumpster?
You, my L'Oreal garbage smell.
Oh my god, you're gonna kill me.
All right.
Whoa! Suddenly all the rolls.
Oh god.
Do
What
any
am
of
I
them
doing?
match?
Huh?
Do any of them match?
Match what? Like,
Okay, so we do have
copy?
some repeats in it.
We have 229s.
Okay.
And 30s. Well, that's it.
I'm kind of curious what nonsense you were creating here.
Taking inspiration from your own acts.
Yep.
Oh,
I didn't
no.
mean to do that.
Yeah, you suddenly just grabbed Chok.
Is this all the stuff that you stole?
Maybe.
Damn it.
The Gnolls come up to the fort naked. No one knows where everything went. Chok's clothes burst out with items.
Okay. So... Alright, so we're getting close to an end here. Most of everything at this point is just delivering information to these guys, because as they enter the gates, there's a heavy fog hanging about the yard, rain coming down all about you, and what appears to be steam rising up from the ground to your right. And with that, we'll be bringing things to a conclusion, with the exception of all of the loot that I'm typing out. So, yeah.
Sorry.
It's alright. I mean, most of this stuff is stuff that you can either hand out to other people, or, you know, whatever happens to it, happens to it. You might even, like, just dump some of it.
See, it was actually my goal to at some point get Beau a set of bone dice, just because I love the aesthetic. So I'm happy now.
Yeah. Oh, as a note, by the way, those are technically made from knuckle bones.
Nice! He's throwing knuckle bones. I like it.
So, Adrian, Nerd, I have a quick question. What happens if something is if I transform into another creature, and then part of me gets removed? Say my fur gets cut off, and then I change back. Does the fur remain? Does it disappear?
I think it technically remains.
And is he missing a piece?
No. Oh, yeah. Am I missing anything when I come back?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because yeah, I wouldn't be missing anything, because if I did,
I mean, it's that, or the.
If I was,
I mean, it'd be that, or the hair would kind of dissolve afterwards. But I don't think that's how it works.
if I was missing stuff when I came back, then that would mean that my injuries would carry over too, which they don't.
Yeah. So it's a specifically a question of whether or not the hair ends up existing after it's been removed and after you've shifted back. Which it might just last for as long as your wild shape lasts, and then kind of disintegrate. But
because I have things like enhanceability that can use fur or a feather from a beast.
Yep. Okay, so right, I did that one. On to the next one. Right, actually, we should do an outro first, so we don't bore these poor people with all this stuff. So, if you like this episode, please hit that like button. please tell me how to pronounce that name correctly and any information that you guys have about him. I got a little bit of information that he's apparently a demon prince, but other than that, I don't have much. Put that down in the comments for me, please. If you want to help support us, you could subscribe, which would help us a lot. And then if you want to be kept up to date when all of our nerdy content comes out, you can hit the Nerd Alert bell. And if you want to ever listen to us when we're actually recording these, there should be a link to my Discord in the doobly-doo down below. The description. So, yeah. Closing comments?
Rolling D20 for Goodberry flavor?
Go for pockets?
Everyone be awesome, and remember, always have a good berry on hand.
It's an 8. It's not a very good berry.
It's a mediocre berry.
Yeah.